Hello, this is another Imperial Army instructional video, and I am Omnius. We are going to discuss crafting for Conquest. Crafting for Conquest is really simple. There's only a few steps to it, and honestly, if you want to contribute to your guild's Conquest objective, trying to get them to their hit, which we already hit this week, because we're on a mid-tier planet, but if you really want to help out your guild and but don't really have the time to do so, crafting's a great way to do that. You can essentially get one tune to your conquest goal, reap those personal benefits, reap those guild benefits, um, and just contribute overall just by crafting. And it takes like 5 minutes a day. It's so easy. So we have 5 total crafting missions, 4 on this week, so I can visualize 4 here. First of which is aiding the war effort. That's donating 10 invasion forces. There's crafting an invasion force. There is crafting 50 of any item. And there is crafting a war supply. Now there's something to note that crafting an invasion force also counts as crafting a war supply. So while this may say 2145, it's also adding a 312 onto it. So go forward. And then, of course, crafting a dark project, which is the one that's not mentioned right here. Now, the crafting an invasion force is the only one that's a daily repeatable, meaning it can only be done once per day. The rest are infinitely repeatable. But crafting a dark project is a once a week, so it's not repeatable at all. Now, the dark project point benefit is about 3,000 and some change. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. And this is with 150 stronghold bonus and a guild perk that assists in increasing conquest by 10%. Now, the actual crafting. So the crafting inventor is crafting of any item. Easiest thing to do. Just make your bonded attachments. They're used to make anything else in crafting anyway, so you might as well have them in stock and utilize them for any times where you need to craft the 50 items. Now, the reason why you see the plus plus here is because I just have more resources than 99 that can be crafted for that particular item. Then we go down here to the actual invasion forces and dark projects. So dark project is cost 1 invasion force, 1 Iocath Recombinator, which is the cheapest way I've found to get those. Is on the fleet. There's a command token vendor where you can get those from with your command tokens. And if you're like me, you have more than you can possibly use, so you might as well spend them on resources. And then the refined isotope stabilizers. These guys can be crafted, used for, they can be picked up from operations, any operation, as well as master mode flashpoints. If you want to put these in, like, farm these, one of the best ways we found to do it is Red Reaper with a stealth character. You're going through that in master mode, and you can clean up pretty well. Other than that, you can just hope to get the drops from operations, because they're pretty plentiful there. Now, go ahead and go here first with the invasion forces. So, an invasion force is comprised of 5 different war supplies. Now, the different crafters can make different war supplies. As you can see, my artificer can only do crystal capacitors and holocrons of strategy. This is the same for synth weavers. Now, arms tech, armor tech, and cyber tech can make armored vehicles and starship weapons. And then your bioanalyst or biochem, I'm sorry, I always mix those two up because they're for the same thing, can make your infantry supply kits. Biochem, it says right there on the thing. Alright. So, all 5 of those comprised to make 1 invasion force. the crystal capacitors, they're all used. They all use those bonded attachments to make these things. So once again, getting your 50 per crafting inventor conquest goal will benefit towards crafting the war supplies, which will then benefit towards crafting the invasion forces. Um, and the other one is donating war supplies, which if you have a stack of at least 10, right click on those guys to donate the war supplies. Now, I'm not going to donate them because I don't want to lose them, but that's just as easy as you can. Now, you don't necessarily always need to burn invasion forces for that. They can sell pretty good on the GTN because some people just like to stack those up. They can also be exchanged for the Conquest vendor on the fleet. You get some pretty nifty deco items and things like that. Now, I'm sure there's another way that I'm currently forgetting. Feel free to put that in the comments if you remember it. But it's when you are strapped and you don't have enough time to get any more conquest points and you really need those conquest points, that's an efficient way to do it just because it costs almost no time, just resources. So let's talk about getting attuned to Conquest. As you can see in the top right corner here, the personal goal is typically 15,000. Getting doing one invasion force per day, and especially this week, doing one invasion force per day also gives you the war supplies, and that alone will get you to 15,000 if you do that each day for 7 days. If not all the time, these are not all here together all the time. So like if you did invasion forces and donated them, that would get you there. It's really just what's available to you. Make use of it. Try to find the most efficient way to utilize your resources and get your team to conquest. Because, like I said earlier, it's even if you don't have the time to play that much, or you want to contribute to the guild, but you can't quite contribute to the guild. This is one of the best ways to do it. Any members in the Imperial Army who want to contribute this way but don't have the resources, you can always contact me or contact Zahn. We can. We're both pretty heavy crafters, so normally we have a good amount of resources, and depending on our current stockpile or plans to use that stockpile, we can normally assist you. But that's Crafting Conquest in a nutshell. Leave any questions or comments in the comments, and I will be more than happy to respond. Thank you very much, and have a good one.